continuation of the tournament for the artificial intelligence is part of the keenness to implement the visions and direction of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. This is to strengthen the role of the Kingdom of Bahrain as a supportive country for the implementation of sustainable development goals in the scientific field.
From our perspective as the Polytechnic, one of the institutions responsible to educate our youth and make them work ready is of course giving them the skills that they need. And one of the requirements of the future, and it's going to be even more important, is artificial intelligence. So this is one of the future disciplines that we will be relying more and more on. We've seen evidence. One of our students created one of the programs for a bank, which is well received, and this is going to expand and increase to a very large degree. So Bahrain Polytechnic is very fortunate that we are always on the latest developments in this field, and hopefully we can pass that to the students. How does that reflect? Of course, the more prepared our students are for the future, the better opportunities they can find and create, thereby developing the economy as a whole. And we really would like to thank His Highness Sheikh Khalid for supporting this to the way that it is being supported at the moment. If we are successful in fulfilling our mandate, then we are successful in celebrating the 100 years of education. We just celebrated 10 years of the Bahrain Polytechnic, and as such, anything that we do to further the education of our youth, meet the demands of the job market, we are very happy. And this is something that we are very proud, that 86% of our students are employed within the first 6 months of graduation. So that's a very big achievement.
The world around us has become increasingly accelerated by advances in the fields of science and knowledge, which is linked with technology and digital growth. As a result, this led to the launch of a variety of innovative projects that have contributed to humanity and community development.
One of our initiatives in Microsoft's D&I, which is diversity and inclusion. And we have to take it very carefully, and we take it very seriously in Microsoft. You can see it in our DNA in Microsoft on daily basis, on our operations, on the employees as well. And we have seen it already in the projects last year and this year. So that touch of diversity and inclusion, it's already in the application, what we have seen as a project from the students of Bahrain as well.
The Polytechnic is really about hands-on, real-world learning, and opportunities such as this Artificial Intelligence Hackfest, is a great opportunity to expose our students, high school students, students from other universities, to leading-edge technology with our partner from Microsoft. And it's remarkable, as I walked around the room today and looked at the projects that our students have created, it's just incredible. It speaks very highly to opportunities for Bahrain in the future with this kind of creative mindset. So we're very pleased to be hosting this for the second year in a row, and looking forward to celebrating the award winners on this very special occasion.
This is in no doubt that artificial intelligence is today the new practice used at a global level. It has contributed to the future to become a scientific revolution to meet multiple objectives aimed to raise and develop the education of students, which leads to the increased rates of growth in the community and integrating those who need help into today's fast-paced environment.
This initiative responds to the initiative of Bahrain, led by King Hamad. A lot of institutes and ministry in Bahrain supporting special needs. However, here today we are going to take this initiative to participate and widening participating by engaging them in higher education.
This year's special innovative ideas included a glove that through motion sensors can interpret what the signer is saying and process it to the either the vocal translation or the typed one.
So during the workshops for the AI Hackfest, we were inspired to create a project that could help people. So we wanted to help people with all types of all types of sensory disabilities. So that right there was to help people who can't speak. But the application over here we developed can help people who can't see, people who can't hear, people who can't speak, and people who can't see or see or hear at the same time. We're using the Azure Cognitive Services, right? So this will, the camera over here can describe scenes, people, read text. So if they can't see, they just have to point the phone at it. It'll speak out the information to them. For people who can't hear, we have the waveforms and it can convert speech to text, all using the Azure Cognitive Services again. And the glove, you already saw a demo of it. It can convert sign language to speech, and the phone will speak it out for you. The final part is to help people who can't see or hear at the same time. So it'll convert either images or speech to Morse code or Braille code through vibrations. So they just have to hold the phone will vibrate out the code for them. As you saw, as just a prototype, we want to develop it into a finished product which we can actually give to the public. So the idea is to improve on the project, help it recognize American Sign Language, like sign language which is the standard for people to use, and also the application itself. We want it to be the de facto standard for people with sensory disabilities to use.
On the sidelines of the Global Entrepreneurs Compass and the Manam Entrepreneurs Week, Dr. Robert S. Langer visited Bahrain and took part in giving several lectures at universities and conferences around the Kingdom of Bahrain.
Manam Entrepreneur Week, when we started, it was more of a local program, but now it became more international, and we are lucky. We have, founders of Booking.com, we have professors from Harvard, we have entrepreneurs from all over the region coming to the special edition for a sustainable development of entrepreneurs. I'm glad it's becoming bigger and it's getting a momentum, and we are here to help our young entrepreneurs to succeed in life, inshallah. And I'm glad that the government providing a lot of support through different entities for our entrepreneurs so that they can start up their enterprise and succeed in life.
In order to shed a bit of light on the magnitude of this man, also dubbed as the Edison of medicine, we give some facts. Dr. Langer is the David H. Koch Institute professor at Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge, also known as MIT, one of only 11 institute professors, MIT's highest honor for a faculty member.
What I love doing and what I've enjoyed doing so far, and what I hope is, talking to young people and getting them excited about science and engineering and bringing those things to the world. I haven't been here that long, but I gave a lecture this morning at the University of Bahrain, and I was very impressed with the students and the faculty there. They asked me, probably half an hour of questions, and they seemed just very engaged, very smart, and very entrepreneurial. So what I saw, I was very, very impressed.
He has authored more than 1,250 articles and is the most cited engineer in history, with more than 163,000 citations.
People would love to come up with better an Alzheimer's treatment, period. Others are, there's new what I'll call genetic medicines, like what are called siRNA and messenger RNA, and trying to be able to deliver them to cells, to the body ends up being really important. So there are a lot of different challenges that people are working on.
At the age of 43, Dr. Langer became the youngest person ever to be elected to all 3 American science academies. Langer's entrepreneurial record is arguably even more impressive than his academic credentials. He holds more than 1,000 patents, which have been licensed or sub-licensed to more than 300 companies. He has helped found at least 24 biotech companies, with focus ranging from cancer drug delivery to products for hair and skin.
I think there's a lot of research that both in health and nutrition and many things that need to be done. I mean, in health, there's many diseases that we can't treat nearly as well as we want. I mean, cancer being one of them, but there are many others, different rare diseases. On the other hand, there's a lot of exciting advances going on, new types of genetic therapies and so forth. In terms of nutrition, you want to have better nutrition in particular for the developing world, and so I think ways to give different nutrients, like iron and vitamins, I think end up being critical. I mean, I think there's new opportunities and needs to create better degradable plastics so they don't accumulate. But there are many areas that are just very important.
Langer is one of only 7 people who have won both the U.S. National Medal of Science and the U.S. National Medal of Technology and Innovation. Some of the most important tips and tricks Dr. Langer shared during his many lectures around the world, and in Bahrain in particular, have given insight to up-and-coming entrepreneurs. Some of these advices include the mistakes some startups that specialize in scientific products face, which is starting too early. Dr. Langer says it is a long road in the scientific or medical area. If you start up too early, you may have trouble getting investment even if you succeed. Then by the time you get to clinical trials, the investors may get tired. One of Dr. Langer's mottos in scientific entrepreneurship is creating things that could change the world.
I think the region is actually very important. I mean, one of the things, though, that I found to be very important in the United States is, and maybe I'm prejudiced, is being near a great university. Probably the 2 places for entrepreneurship that I think have been best in the United States is the area right next to MIT and the area right next to Stanford. So I think, really it's not necessarily a geography in terms of climate or something like that, or even natural resources, but people resources.
I think it's really important. Entrepreneurs grow economies, right? They create jobs, they innovate, they come up with solutions. I think that the more entrepreneurship any country has, the stronger it makes the country.
This is Sarah Break reporting for Bahrain International. The current season of the farmers market in Badaya is witnessing a high demand and an increase in the number of visitors from inside and outside of Bahrain. This is due to the distinguished local products displayed and the events associated with the market in the 7th edition of this season, where new events are becoming the focus of all visitors. The agency is keen to organize various programs and events that are of great interest to visitors at the farmers market, as well as promote the local products and encourage Bahraini farmers to provide the best local productions of high quality and acceptable to visitors. Since its establishment, the farmers market has aimed to strengthen the local agricultural product market, as well as push the development of agricultural methods through the use of modern methods and techniques. This contributes to the achievement of relative food security in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Another day at the Bahraini Farmers Market will be held on Saturday, April 20th, 2019 at the Badaya Botanical Garden, with the participation of 18 Bahraini farmers to showcase the various local berry varieties with a festival atmosphere and a variety of activities that have attracted thousands of visitors since its launch. Dubbed Berry Day at Farmers Market. The program at the farmers market includes the sale of seedlings and fruits of berries and other products related to them. Children can enjoy having berries drawn on their faces. The farmers market continues to open every Saturday from 7:30 a.m. till 1 p.m. until the end of the 7th season, which is on April 27th, 2019.